back to my channel, The Flavorful Home. Paula here, and welcome back to my kitchen. If you haven't subscribed and you're new, I hope you'd consider doing that. Today I have a yummy recipe, just in time for Valentine's Day. Quick and easy. Who doesn't like chocolate? Even better, who doesn't like chocolatey fudgy brownies? This is a recipe from scratch, from King Arthur's flour. I've been making it for years. It is scrumptious. Let's gather the ingredients and get started. Alrighty friends, for this recipe you need, and one of them is hiding back here, 4 eggs, 1 1/4 cups, they call for Dutch process. I just use Hershey's cocoa because I have a ginormous bag still left from when I had my restaurant. But you could use Dutch process if you choose. Salt. I use this. It's optional. They call for a teaspoon of espresso powder. And all espresso powder does is make the chocolate extra yummy. Flour, which I haven't gotten out of my bin yet. It's 1 1/4 cups of 1 1/2 cups of flour. You're going to need 2 1/4 cups of sugar and 16 tablespoons of unsalted butter melted, salt, vanilla, all the yummy stuff. Alrighty, and 2 cups of chocolate chips. I have a combination of chips and chunk. Alrighty. So I'm going to start preparing and we'll come back when we're mixing. Okay, I got the 4 eggs in. I'm gonna do them low. And then I'm gonna just dump the 1 1/4 of my cocoa. Again, if you want to do the Dutch process, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to put my salt. We are looking at a teaspoon of salt. And your espresso powder is also a teaspoon. Let's see if I can, nope, I'm gonna have to get my scissor, hang on. All right. And a teaspoon of that goes in. And your baking powder, a teaspoon. And your vanilla. I'm using my homemade bourbon vanilla. That's a tablespoon of it. And there we go. I finally got a hand mixer so I don't have to use my KitchenAid all the time. Okay, and you're just going to give it a little mix. Ooh, that is dusty. All right. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to add the melted butter. But first I gotta melt it. And the sugar gets mixed with it. And we'll be right back for that. Alright, this is your 16 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And your sugar. And you just kind of mix it together. It's grainy and that's fine. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know about where you are, but in my neck of the woods, it's 81 degrees today. February 13th, 81 degrees. Isn't that fun? I think they call that Fool's Spring. Because Tuesday it's supposed to go to 59 or something. I know. Some of you are in 0 degrees. So, but yes, that's the weather today. All right. Once you got it all together, you add it to this chocolate mixture. Again, it's grainy, don't worry about that. It's okay. All right. Give it a quick. Getting it all blended. Smooth. There you go. Cleaning off my beaters. Alright, and now we will do the flour. Okay, flour is 1.5 cups. I'm just going to measure it out and throw it in, and we'll stir it. That's 1 and a half. There you go. And I'm just going to move you back 1 second to get my most favorite spatula in the whole wide world. And you're going to mix this. And then I'm going to get my chocolate chips. It's going to have a beautiful sheen when it cooks. Okay. Here's my chips and chunks. And my pan is greased. I also put my parchment paper down because I just prefer not having to risk anything sticking, and cleanup is much easier when you have parchment down. See how nice that is. Alright, I'm going to finish mixing this and then we're going to put it in the pan. Okay, once it's blended, you just kind of dump it into the 9x13 pan that's been prepared. I want to get my spoon too. Get it all in there nice. I love brownies, and these brownies from scratch are even better. Okay, you want every last bit in there. Like I said, my oven is preheating at 350. And I believe it's 25 minutes, but I'll check and get that exact temperature, and I will put a link to the recipe in the description box. Always remember to look at the description box for any pertinent info. And it wants to move because of the parchment, so don't let that intimidate you either. Just slide and push. There you go. It is thick and lovely, and I know my kids are going to love these brownies. They always do. Alrighty, friends. I'm going to finish spreading it, pop it in the oven, and when it comes out, we will come back. It is 28 to 30 minutes. You want it to look moist, but not uncooked, it says. It's the usual cake testing method. Just to see, you know, with a toothpick or a knife. You don't want it wet. So, that's what you're looking for. Alrighty, we're going to come back when these are all cooked. But look at that. Chocolate dense yumminess. See you in a few. Well, here you go, friends. These are gooey. These are rich. These are chocolatey. These are dense. These are delicious. Very, very moist. Very chocolatey. I will link the recipe in the description box, and I sure hope you'll try it. Do you notice the sheen on top? It's beautiful. These are delicious, delicious brownies. Thanks for visiting, and I hope to see you again. Go create something wonderful, friends.